100K for signing. I think we better mind him. Alright, let's do it. This is good. She know I had no business every time. Alrighty. Everything good over here. My phone. I want to. They told me bust on my AP. Perfect timing. Cool. She says she needs me. Let's get it, let's get it. Go. Alrighty. I pop this out. Alrighty. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. At all. Alrighty. All enough. All right, let's go, man. We are here. 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 Let's get all the chats and stuff situated. Turn that off. Is that playing in the background? All the sounds are off. We're good to go. We're good to go. All right. The game is over. The game is over. Dillon Gabriel played his first game. Let's turn the music off. Let's turn the music off. Dillon Gabriel played his first game. His first game today. Finally played. Finally got to play his first game. Where is my thing at? Where's my screen? Oh, there it is. Finally got to play his first game. I think we're all so happy it's finally done. Right? Got his first game out of the way. Not gonna lie, Dillon Gabriel played really good. Played good. He made some good throws. You can definitely see that there was a completely different playbook and everything that was set up for him. They went in there with different concepts, a lot of stick routes, a lot of quick passes, a lot of ability for him to make quick decisions to get the ball out pretty fast, quick reads. Nothing too crazy, nothing too hard, right? We saw the first 15 plays, 20 plays. Had a good amount of runs in it, good amount of quick throws, and some mid to long developing routes. And he was hitting them bitches. I was watching the game, trying not to be biased or anything like that, right? I'm watching the game. I'm seeing the game. I'm seeing it unfold, right? And I'm looking at the throws that he's making and the plays that he's making, and I'm just like, okay, this is good, but I feel like something's missing. Like, I'm just watching the game, and I'm not really feeling like, all right, let's go. Like, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that energy. I'm not feeling that vibe, right? This is just for somebody casually watching. You know, I'm not watching to see, oh man, I want him to struggle because I love Shedeur, blah, blah, blah. I want Shedeur to succeed, so I want Gabriel to come out here and look like trash. I wasn't on that. But I'm watching the plays and the things that they're calling, and I'm just like, yo, they're just calling everything quick. The running back is running out of the backfield 2 yards and just getting checked down. Wide receivers running 2 yards, turning around, check down. Tight ends running 5 yards, check down. And I'm looking at the way that the Eagles are playing defense. I'm just like, bro, the Eagles are just sagging off. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what? They're not playing man. They're not like matching zones. Like, what's going on? I'm watching. I'm just like, okay, these are good. But I'm just like, what's going on? Why are they just letting these plays happen? And then I remembered. I was watching an interview with one of the Philadelphia players. I think I could be wrong. It could be a different team. But I'm pretty sure it was the Philadelphia, like one of the Philadelphias, right? And they were talking about the defense that they're playing, and they were just like, yeah, we're probably going to give up some yards, but the way that we play, we want to get takeaways. We want to get turnovers and things like that. What's up, Aries? How you doing, bro? And it could be a different team. Like, I don't know, probably from watching these games, it probably was a different team that I'm thinking of. But I'm sitting there, I'm just like, bro, they're trying to lull him to sleep. I'm like, they're just sagging off and giving him the throws. And I'm just like, they're about to start driving on this ball. They're about to start driving. And I was like, when they start driving, it's about to get real spooky, right? So I'm thinking about that, and then boom, pick six happened. They've been working on Dillon Gabriel rollout plays for the last week. or so, or at least the last 2 practices. I want to say the last week, but at least before he got injured, that's what they were on. They were doing a lot of bootlegs both ways, because in practice, all of his passes were getting knocked down, right? All of his passes were getting knocked down at the line. The fucking Browns defense is so good that they were just, oh, we can't get to him, knock it down. Well, we don't want to sack him or hurt him, knock it down. Right? So they were just knocking all the passes down, knocking all the passes down, knocking all the passes down. So they had to start doing rollouts and things like that to get him windows to throw the ball. Right? And I'm trying to see if they got any of his highlights and stuff so we can go over it. I would like to see some of the throws so I can just show it to y'all. But I don't got it right now, so we'll see. But anyway, so I'm thinking about it, right? And once I saw that bootleg, I'm like, I saw the progression that he went through, and it seemed like it was opposite of, it was the same play that Shedeur ran in the touchdown. A couple of routes were different. I don't know if the receivers, if it's a different play completely, like they changed up the routes and ran it differently, or the receivers ran it a completely different way. But let me try to pull it up. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. But let me try to pull it up, see if I can pull up the actual play. Okay, yeah. Not the one I want. No, let me just go find the pick 6. It's posted everywhere anyway, so let me just go find it, because the narrative is already spiraling on social medias where they're trying to say this is not his fault. So this is what we're gonna do. We know football, so we're just gonna play it. We're just gonna play it, right? All right, let's get this slideshow out of the way. Boom. All right, so we're just gonna play the play, right? We're just gonna go back and watch the play. All right. Slow it down. Playback speed, yes. We're gonna do half. All right. So what's it gonna show me from the beginning? So you look, his eyes, he's here, right? He's here. This is wide open. Throw it. It's there. Throw it. Throw it. Right here. Throw it. You have the line. It's right there. Throw it. Look at this. He could have been had it there. Yeah, he would have gotten hit, but you get a 5-yard completion. Throw the ball. Doesn't throw. Doesn't take it. This guy's running. He has a delayed route. He's getting held up, right? He's getting chop block. Not a chop block, but he's getting fucking held up. The edge is being set. He's holding the edge. He's stopping this. He's in the backfield. He can disrupt this all he wants to. This guy should have fucking gone, right? And he should have just pulled up. But if we look at it, right? He's forcing it. Why? What are you doing here? This dude is out of the play, bro. He's out of the play. He's covered. He's pushed off his route. He's getting sent upfield. This guy's open, and you can throw this ball for him right here, right? You have already decelerated. Your linemen are out of the play. Everybody's just running around, right? Now he sees this guy with his head turned. So he's just like, oh yeah, I can throw the ball right here. He's going to get it. But he has the straightest line to it, right? Now look at the pass. Off balance, right? Off balance. He's off balance, forcing a throw. Two receivers are right on top of each other. The check down is right here. It really is an eligible man downfield as well. So even if you get a completion, it would have been called back because this dude is just past the line of scrimmage. He's downfield. He ain't supposed to be up there, right? So you're looking at this and you're just like, okay, this is a bad pass because you're not going to this guy, or maybe you're trying to go to this guy thinking he's coming back to the ball. But whichever way you're throwing this pass, this is a bad pass. This is a bad play. This is a bad read. This is a force because you're trying to force a completion instead of just taking a completion, right? Throughout the game, he was taking completions. He wasn't forcing anything, taking completions. Then force that. He's putting his hand back because he knows that either there's his teammate is here, his teammate's here, or he's throwing it out of bounds. So he thinks he's either throwing it out of bounds or the teammate's there to get the ball. So he doesn't even know, like, oh, he's throwing the ball to me. And there's a pick six. And people are trying to blame the tight end and trying to say it's his fault that there was a pick six. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? They are trying to spin the narrative and just say, hey, it's his fault. It's his fault. It shouldn't be. He stopped. He stopped throwing the pass. He stopped going for the pass. It's his fault. That's not on Dillon. It's his fault. Newsflash. You're the quarterback. You're throwing the ball. It's his fault. Anytime the ball leaves your hand, it's on you. And especially in this situation, you didn't have to throw the ball. The ball could have been thrown. It's not 4th and 1 or 4th and 10 where you got to make a play or turnovers on down. You're not getting pressured for a sack, right? So you're not getting pressured for a sack or anything, right? So what's up? What's the problem? What's the problem? It's just a lot of, goalpost moving that I don't like, unfortunately. Excuse me. There's a lot of goalpost movement that I don't like because at the end of the day, what's up, everybody that's in the chats, everybody that's on Facebook, X, Twitter, and on YouTube. Make sure y'all join the conversation. Let me know what y'all think about the game and y'all thought about everything. How y'all feel about Dillon Gabriel's his performance? What do you guys think about the performance? What do you guys think about Dillon Gabriel's first time out? It wasn't a completely horrible game, but you got to factor in the turnovers. And when you factor in the turnovers, I just got to give him like a C, but not even a C. I got to give him a D+. I gave him a D+ because even after all the good that he was doing, and he was moving the ball, he was making plays and everything like that, once you get those turnovers, man, once the turnovers start coming in, that's just it. Your turnovers are going to be weighed more because it's not like you had a pick six and then you came back down and you scored a touchdown right after and you were just like, man, fuck it. I'm like Tyler Shaw. I'm going to throw a pick and then get a touchdown, or throw a touchdown and get a pick or something like that. Like that wasn't the case. That's not the case, right? So like once this interception happened, his whole demeanor changed. Started getting nervous. And that's because they had the first 20 plays marked up. You go to your walkthrough, you got 20 plays. These are the plays that we're running. We're running it in this order. You know what's coming. And then after that, Kevin started calling plays. And now Dillon got to understand, like, I don't know what's coming next anymore, and now I got to figure it out. Because when you know the plays that are coming, you can focus more on the defense. And then he comes out, fumble on a handoff. That's tough. That's tough. Right? So you fumble on a handoff. Then after that, a couple completions, but you can just tell like the momentum, the air, the vibes kind of off. Didn't do bad. 13, I think went 13 to 18, a buck 50, 2 sacks, a pick 6, fumble. You can't win the game with turnovers. They wanted to get away from that stuff. That's why they drafted you, right? Why they drafted you? Because you were supposed to be the guy that take care of the ball and keep plays going and everything like that. Good decision making, computer processor. That's what they said. What they called you. That's the badge they put on your chest, right? So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to the Shedeur touchdown, right? The same play. The same play, right? The same play. Bootleg. Running back goes out here. Same person, right? Number 18, Deontay Johnson, right? Right here. You see right here? Wider. You see this guy right here? This is the tight end that was getting held up by this guy. The lineman was here on him. Number 19 was on 86 right here. Boom, jacking him up, holding him up right here. Not the same thing. So he goes out and hits the flat immediately. He goes out and he's running. He's trying to run here, post route, run here, or run across the route right here. And then this guy is going to either sit here or come across here late. It's the same play. It's the same play, right? This is the same exact play. And why is this quality so bad? Why is the quality so bad? This is the same play, right? It's the same play. But you see what happens when this guy gets knocked off his route? It changes it completely. And you have to be able to see that. So you're going through the progressions, right? We put this side to side, and let's do that. Let's put it side to side. Let's do that. Let's try to put it side to side. I'm gonna pull this one out. I don't like it the way it's like that. All right, we're gonna do that. I'm out here cussing people out. So they're moving the goalposts. They're trying to move the goalposts, right? So we look at the Shedeur play. This is the Gabriel play. We'll try to pull up one on a separate thing. Try to go back to see where I posted that. Man, fuck it. Fuck it, man. Is this the... Nah, this is the second one. Can't do it. This is the second one. Here it is right here. All right. So we're going to look at this one first, right? We look at it first. Boom. All right. So we're going to go here. The fake. The release. 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 Right? Not getting held up here. Look where his eyes is. All right. He got somebody. All right. He's on somebody. All right. He's coming across. He's backing out. He's right here. These dudes can go on the ball. Can't throw it here. But I see him. It's kind of one-on-one. He got the outside leverage. This guy jumps on Deontay, so I couldn't throw it to him. Where else am I going? Open grass. We're going to put the ball here. That's how you look at it. Same concept. The same play. Different progressions. The different way of looking at it, right? So now we go back to Dillon Gabriel. Same play. Fake. This is a running back getting fake too. So we're just saying fake, running back, boom. Boom. Same play. Right here. This is where Shedeur stops. Shedeur stopping right here. Same play. Same play. It's the same play. Let's do this. Same play. Try to make it as big as possible. Same play. Look. We're at the same spot. This is the same spot. This is 80. Thrash. Tight end. 82. 82. Johnson. Johnson. Right? The same play. These people are trying to tell me that this is not the same play and this is not the exact same thing that happened. Why? Triangle. Triangle. One's obtuse. One's acute. These are too close. They're too close. You can't throw to these people right here. The only pass you have is here. Or your check down outlet of 20 here. That's it. That's all you have. Right? Let's see if we can see anybody. I don't even know if there's anybody down here. I feel like it was. I feel like somebody was down there. I don't know if they went with only 3 receivers. So that's why I wish I could see it from the beginning, right? But yeah. It's the same play. Same play. Right? Same play. We're going to get right to the same play. Same play, same spot. Better, a cleaner pocket, but he's left-handed, he's right-handed. They're doing the same thing. You're free on your left-hand side. This is where you throw to. Everything's in front of you. You don't have to throw across your body. You don't have to do nothing weird, but throw the ball. Same play. Same scheme, right? Oh, here's the guy. Here's Caden Davis. Right here, same person, same play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Smaller box. So this guy's clearing out for Deontay. He's wide open. Hit him. Hit him. Supercomputer. Mr. Accurate. 6 years in college. Quote unquote the best college player. One of the best college football players that we have seen, right? That they say. They say. He's wide open. Throw him the ball. No, I'm not going to throw the ball. So we're going to press play. We're going to press play. Look at the difference. One is for first NFL touchdown. The other is for a first NFL touchdown. Pick 6, touchdown. Same play, same concept. So now we have proof. Now we're just like, okay, well, if you call the same game, and okay, Dillon Gabriel completed a couple of more passes than Shedeur. Shedeur went against Carolina's first team defense for the first quarter. His first 2 drives were against Carolina's first team defense. And he was playing with players that he didn't play with. Caden Davis just got signed on the team the day before. Number 80 Thrash, first team, doesn't play with him. Deontay Johnson plays with him sometimes. Bates, I think Bates just got signed. All he had was Garvin and Luke Florio, who were the people he had the most connection with. None of them are on the play. Meanwhile, Mr. I get all the first team reps is here playing with all the people that he's played with. Oh, you see this guy right here? This is their starting left tackle. Their starting left tackle is in the game. Because they wanted to make sure that he had as much protection as he possibly could. So they put the starting left tackle in the game. Shedeur didn't get the starting left tackle in his game. He got the second and third string O-line. The running back that he got in the game were running backs that just got signed. I know they gave Dillon starters. What's up, Bell? I know they gave him starters. I know it. I called it. I called that shit. I think you can go on my shorts. I called it. I said they're going to give Dillon some of the ones. When they said that Njoku, the receivers weren't going to start, and I was just like, oh, but they're going to put a couple of them in there. I was just like, oh yeah, here we go. Because I looked at it. So imagine they gave him the starting left tackle, even though they're going to be like, well, he's a right-handed, left-handed thrower, so it's really the right tackle that's more important. You put a starter out there. And I feel like the old line were starters, or some of them were starters, right? But I don't know the whole roster and stuff like that too much. But they gave him as much. Hold on a second. They gave him as much as he could get to do as good as he possibly could. And instead of showing up and showing out, which I'm not going to say that he didn't do well. He did good. He did good. He just didn't do better than what Shedeur was doing, right? And that's just what it comes down to. Like, we have to compare. We have to compare. We have to be honest. We have to compare. Yes, Dillon Gabriel, the first 10 plays, the first 10 throws was looking good. I was just like, damn. All right. Show us. Continue to show us. Okay. Yeah. All right. You took the sack first, second play. You almost got sacked the next play, but you got out of it. Okay. The next play, I think you scrambled, slid for like 2-3 yards. Okay. The next play after that, you almost got sacked, but you was able to complete the pass over the middle and got a first down. Okay. You got a couple first downs on the drive, third down completions. Okay. All right. You get it down there. You get them down there. They run the ball in. Okay. All right, Dillon. You're showing it. Okay. You put together a long drive. Okay, I see that. I see this. All right, I see what they're saying. Okay. But then I had to stop and remind myself, wait a minute. He's been playing with the first team. He's gotten the most snaps. He's gotten over 80 more snaps than Shedeur did. 80 more. He's gotten over 80 more snaps, and for the last 2 weeks, he's been injured. Let that sink in. 80 more snaps. And then on the day of these games, just got signed. I think got signed that week. First team, second team. So Shedeur hasn't been thrown to none of these niggas. None of them. We get touchdowns. We get field goals. We get pick six. We get fumbles. Why? What's going on? What's the difference? Y'all told us this is a third-round draft pick. This is the third-round draft pick. That's what they told us. That he's better than Shedeur. This is better than Shedeur. This. Wait a minute. Y'all remember when they said patting the ball was so bad? He just patted the ball. So why when Dillon Gabriel's coming out, patting the ball is not a problem? But when Shedeur's coming out, yo, he patting the ball. We're going to drive on that shit. Yo, he patting the ball. It's bad. It's bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Same play. Same play. Different player. Different outcome. I get it. People are going to be like, yo, it's in the red zone, bro. It's in the red zone. He's on the 8-yard line. He's on the 31-yard line. He didn't have to throw this. He didn't. Look where he's throwing the ball. Who are you throwing it to? This is the only person that makes sense. Here. Or the guy that's all the way down here that cleared shit out. He clearing it out for him. He's wide open. Dillon, throw the ball. So I don't want to hear these people get online. Tony Grossi, Mary Kay Cabot, all these other dudes saying like, man, we saw excellent play from Dillon Gabriel. Because what did everybody say now? All of the narrative is just, now I'm seeing these quote unquote football people get online and start saying, well, even though Shedeur game looked really good last game, after watching the film, we saw that the ball wasn't going exactly where it needed to go on all of the plays, and he was taking different throws that the play wasn't made up for it to go. So where was the ball made to go this play? Because these are the same plays. So where's the ball meant to go? Right here? He didn't do it. Right here? He didn't do it. Right here? He didn't do it. Oh, no, he's going to throw it at the guy that's getting fucking jammed up at the line, thrown around in the backfield. That's who he's going to throw it to. Like, what are we talking about? And then the fumble right after. And then I started to see, as soon as all that happened, Kevin started calling a different game. Started off the second quarter. Started the second quarter off, screenplay. Lost at like 10. Why are you throwing the screenplay? You've been calling all these stick routes and stuff for him. Why are you calling the screenplay? Why are y'all acting like y'all nervous? Like, are you losing faith? Like, he made some good throws after that, so why are we taking the foot off the pedal? You didn't do that for Shedeur last game. Like, you just sat him back in an empty set the whole game. He went under center like 3 times, 4 times. I wanted to see him under center more, because that's the stuff that y'all said he couldn't do. I wanted to see y'all give him audibles at the line, checks at the line, because y'all said that stuff that he couldn't do. Because you can't say, oh, he doesn't know the terminology. He doesn't get the plays in cleanly. Because I watched every game that he played in Colorado. I saw him get in the huddle, break the huddle, people get to their spots, and if people didn't know what the hell they were doing, he would let them know exactly what they're doing. The linemen didn't know what they were doing, he would let them know exactly what they're doing. Why? Because they were throwing in, piecing in people. The linemen were getting shit all over the place. People were coming in and out, getting swapped around and everything. Yo, I'm telling y'all, the protection is up front. If y'all don't remember anything, I'm telling y'all now. Hey, I'm changing your route. Hey, go. No. Hot route. Come. Move. Let's go. I only got 3 seconds. I need you to get open, Travis. LeJontay, I need you to get open. Jimmy, I need you to get open. Hey, running back, I need you to block. Tight end, I need you to get open. I only got 2 seconds. But now the Shedeur's in the NFL, where the average window to throw is 2.4 to 3.2 seconds. The average is that. And the Browns have a decent O-line, so that means he's getting 3 to 4 seconds to throw the ball. Don't seem to be too much problems. And reminder, it was the second string, third string linemen that were going against the first team defense of the Panthers. Regardless if they were the worst defense last year, these are grown men. These are NFL players. And these are the people that you guys are saying, yo, he's playing in preseason versus people that are going to be working at UPS and McDonald's and Amazon in the next couple weeks. So they're not going to make the team and they're not going to make the NFL. While he was playing against the people that made the NFL, already made the NFL, solidified years in the game, Dillon's playing against people that we don't know that because they're second, third stringers. So we don't know that. But you're making a big mistake versus the people that could be at Amazon, McDonald's, UPS in the next couple weeks, right? So why does the goalpost move? Why does it move? Why can't we just be, okay? Why can't we just keep everything on the same thing, on the same page? Why? Why does everything have to move when it comes to different people? When it comes to Shedeur, why does the things have to move? Don't like it. So now we got to see what happens tomorrow or Monday. I think they're off Monday. They don't have practice Monday. So we got to see what happened on Tuesday all the way to Saturday. I think they play Saturday again, or maybe Friday. And it's home. So now this is in Cleveland. You would have thought that they've been playing in Cleveland this whole time when they were at Carolina, the way that everybody was there with Shedeur jersey. So now, what's going to happen when Joe Flacco gets out there versus the Rams and their second team, and if he doesn't have a good series or two, and everybody's in the stands with their 12 jerseys on, throwing up the wrists, right? And they're booing Joe. Yo, get Joe old ass out of here. Put in Shedeur. Put Shedeur in. We want to see Shedeur. Put him in. How's that going to feel for the old man? Right? What's going to happen? Right? Like, how are people going to feel at that time? But that's gonna be the different. That's gonna be the different thing. It's just like, hey, what's up, Calm and Relax? How you doing? That's 100% on the QB. But they're not gonna say it's on the QB, bro. They're not gonna say it's on the QB. They're not gonna say it's Dillon fault. He made a bad play, a bad read, or anything like that. They're not gonna say that, bro. They're not gonna say it, and it's not fear. But we know that it's not about being fair. It's not about that. It's never about it. Never about it. Never about being fair. It's never about earning your spot. Never about what you deserve or anything like that. Never about those things. It's about what they want. It's about their feelings. It's about, we don't want Shedeur Sanders to win so bad that we're going to change the goalposts. We're going to move the goalposts. We're going to move the goalposts when it comes to evaluating both players now, right? Because what's the point? What's the point? Why not? Why not move the goalposts? Why not change the narrative? Why not try to say like what we as viewers, what we as people, what we as football fans and everything like that, what we just saw with our own eyes, right? Because I remember last week, Shedeur playing, it felt like we were watching Colorado. It felt like we were watching Colorado. Remember when we were all up at fucking 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning watching Colorado play? Watching Shedeur and Travis and them. Everybody was on the same accord. Everybody was balling out. Everybody was having a good time, supporting, regardless if we won or not. That's what it felt like last week. Now this week, it felt dry. It didn't have no juice. Yeah, Dillon was playing good, but we ain't really feel it. We ain't really feel it. Nobody was really feeling it. It was the other side. It wasn't the fans. It was the other side, the media. The Cleveland Browns media that was just like, hey, Dillon's out here going crazy. He's showing y'all what a professional quarterback looks like. Looking way better than Sanders did against Carolina. And it's not even the same. The playing field wasn't even the same. But we digress. We don't care if it was the same. It ain't been the same since he got drafted. The playing field ain't been the same since he got drafted and before he got drafted. Where they're trying to railroad him. Making up these stories. Oh, he doesn't know how to call a play. He doesn't know how to read the defense. He doesn't know how to get out of the huddle and call plays. He can't even draw on the whiteboard. But then we hear other stories. Man, Shedeur and his team, they were going in there and they weren't trying to talk about the whiteboard stuff and all the other stuff because it seems like he felt like he proved all that. He felt that he proved that he was a good enough quarterback, showed y'all enough on film of all of these things. He has NFL head coaches that were on his team that you guys can talk to and vouch for and get all that information that you want, that you already vetted, that he already talked to you about, that you guys already had meetings about because you guys been to California, or not California, Colorado, damn near every game of the year. We seen y'all Cleveland. We seen y'all Saints. We seen y'all the Giants. We seen y'all Pittsburgh. We seen y'all. We seen it. That's the problem. We seen it. Everything is documented. They record everything. We seen y'all there. We know that y'all were there. We know that y'all already vetted all of this stuff. So why, when it's draft time and it's getting close to draft time, these stories come out of all of this quote unquote, oh, knowledge stuff. And it's the same thing of all the time. Black quarterback doesn't know shit, not smart enough. They did the same thing to Lamar Jackson. You just got to be a receiver, bro. You're too athletic to be a quarterback. Meanwhile, he's a Heisman. They didn't do that to Tim Tebow. They just said, oh, you know what? He might have some limitations to throw, but he's such a great guy. He's going to be a great player. all of his accolades and all of his stats and stuff. Like, he's a baller. Where was that for Shedeur? They did everything but that. They said everything but he's a great player. He's an excellent quarterback, one of the most accurate quarterbacks we've ever seen, one of the best quarterbacks against the blitz, one of the best quarterbacks under pressure, one of the most clutch quarterbacks in college football. He doesn't get rattled. He doesn't blame teammates. He's fucking durable because he got sacked 100 times over the last 2 seasons. Only had 1 injury, which came on the last game of the season, or the game before the last. We know he's tough. We know he was going to work on his craft. We know he's come from a good family. He ain't never been arrested. He don't got girl problems. He don't got kids out here. He don't talk bad to people. He's not failing in school. He's not caught up in any accusations or any stories. He does. But yet, y'all didn't want to draft him until the 5th round. But y'all drafted Dillon Gabriel ahead of him, who's played quarterback for 6 years. Tyler Sharp, who played quarterback for 7 years in college. But y'all don't draft the kid that went to school for 4 years and did everything the right way. Because y'all don't like the flash. Y'all don't like his dad. Y'all don't like his family, his structure, his support. That's always the problem. What's up, Kip? That's always the problem when it comes to people like us, like me. When our families are too involved, it's a problem. When our families are never involved, it's a problem. Why does him having a family, why does him having a brother that has a media company that they record everything and they put everything on social media for them to get another realm of revenue, for him to support his brothers, to document everything so that there can't be no narrative of, oh, my brother did this, or my brother said that, or the Sanders did this, or the Sanders did that? Like, why is that such a problem? But in the same breath, the flash, the jewelry, the cameras, the entourage, all of those things that they said turned them off to being drafted, we saw last week. We saw from his own team. Why the hell is there a QB competition documentary series, 20-minute plus series, with Shedeur Sanders being the headline, the most talked to, most filmed quarterback out of all 4 of them? Why wasn't that a problem? Why did nobody in the media bring that up? You remember when he walked in and said it was an entourage? That was his teammates saying that they were people. His entourage was carrying his bag in his boombox. That was his teammate. We saw last week when everybody was surrounding him. All of his teammates was walking with him, behind him. Everybody was a collective unit. And then we see when the NFL posts Dillon Gabriel, nobody's talking to him. Nobody's around him. Nobody's hype. There's no energy. We don't see David and Njoku over there blushing and smiling. We don't see Joe Flacco hovering around smiling and all this other stuff. We don't see Kenny Pickett over there. We don't see Deshaun Watson over there. We don't see Andrew Berry, or at least we don't see him yet. We'll probably see some down the line. Right? We don't see none of this energy. None of the energy that was last week. Where's the energy? But that energy, that focus, that star power, that stardom, that focus, the draw, the attention, all of that stuff that comes with Shedeur that he doesn't necessarily manufacture and force. Where was that at? Where were the mistakes? Yeah, he threw like one pass that, could have been intercepted last week, but it wasn't. It was a good play by the defender. But other than that, he didn't make any mistakes. Some of the passes were just off. At the beginning of the game, a little juiced up. trying to throw a screen. Guy didn't get deep enough. I threw it to, like, I think he's going to get to a certain spot. Didn't get deep enough. He's not tall enough. He's 5'8", 5'9". If he was 6 foot, 5'10", catches the ball. Doesn't. Luke Florio, I threw a pass a little bit too high. He's 5'8". If he's 5'10", that's a catch. First play of the game. First pass of the game. Johnson threw a slant, threw some heat, threw it a little high. He didn't catch it. My bad. I'm a little amped up right now. Those aren't turnover mistakes. Those aren't fumbles. Shedeur really only got sacked one time, and that was on the 4th down play. And I don't even think that counted as a sack. That didn't count as a sack, I don't think. I don't remember if it did or not. But then the other sack was the sack that he ran out of bounds right before the line of scrimmage, so it counts as a sack. So he didn't even really get sacked last game. Dillon Gabriel got sacked twice in 2 quarters and almost got sacked 3 other times and was just either able to get the ball out or was able to slide or get past the line of scrimmage. The goalposts. So why does a guy that didn't have as much reps, 3rd string, equipment managers on another sideline, no first team reps, never playing with the 1st string, the O-line, never playing with Jared Judy, Njoku, or any of those guys, right? Why does he look better than the guy that y'all have been giving all of the reps to? He should know every play. He should know exactly where the ball goes every single play. He should look like a veteran. He was looking like that at the beginning, not gonna lie. And then the mistakes started happening. Why? Because they got out the script. Once you get past a certain amount of plays, you're out of the script. Now we're just calling shit. Now it's the feel of the game. So now we go back and look at it, right? 2nd quarter. First play of 2nd quarter. Pick 6. This is where the script ran out, right? Because I think he had the ball like 3 times already because the defense playing so good. He had the ball 3 times already. We go back to last week. The Carolina 1st team defense was in for the first 3 plays, first 3 series. And Shedeur didn't score. I think 2 of them had 3 and out. One of them was a longer drive, but then it ended up sputtering out. As soon as they got out of that, out of the choreographed plays, yo, these are the 15 plays we're gonna run at the beginning of the game. Once Kevin started calling plays to go with the game, that's when the ball started zinging around. That's when plays started getting made. That's when touchdowns started happening. And then the most important thing that I took out of both of these games, right? I don't care about the pick 6, bad choice. You made a bad choice, whatever. You already been said that you've been struggling with your accuracy throughout camp, even though the media and other people will come out and say, no, he wasn't. And then people that were there would say, yeah, he has been. Because we can just see it right here. Like, this is bad accuracy. This is bad ball placement. This is the bad decision making, right? But the only thing, the thing that I was so more impressed with last week was this.
What is happening?
Was this, right? 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes. The 2-minute drive. This is something you can't cook it up in practice, right? Can't cook that up in practice, right? Real game experience. Get the ball at the end of the half. Tom Brady, the Patriots. Why were the Patriots so dominant? Because they would always give the ball to the team, the opponent team, to start the game off, and they would score before half. So if a game was close at the end of the first half, and they score and they go up or tie it, and then they come out of the halftime and score, different game. So it's either, hey, we're up 7 or we're up 14. That's important right there. Dillon Gabriel gets a 2-minute situation. Get a field goal. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's what I took from it. I don't know about other people, but that's what I took from it when I saw it, right? Because when I see stuff like that, that's what you got to be thinking when you're a coach and you're watching stuff. And you're just like, okay, show me what you got, kid. These are things we try to script up. We try to script it up in practice. But it's the real game now. It's the real game now. I can't script it up. I can't put real pressure on you. So now we're in the real game. Preseason or whatever you want to call it. We're in a real game. Execute. Drive your team down and score. Make them believe. Field goal. Sacks, field goals. Errant passes. Barely get there. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Dillon Gabriel had a strong quote. Let's blow it up. Dillon Gabriel had a strong quote that will 100% be overanalyzed this week. He has asked how he tunes out the noise and doesn't let him infiltrate himself. There's entertainers and there's competitors, and my job is to compete. Was that a shot at Shedeur Sanders, or was it completely unrelated to his fellow rookie quarterback? You see what they're doing now? Shedeur goes out, plays well, plays good. Everybody sees it. Everybody's hyped and excited. Dillon Gabriel comes out, doesn't go the way that they want it to go, doesn't go the way that they want the narrative to go. And now what are they trying to do? They're trying to start problems. They're trying to make things what they aren't. They're trying to cause division in the locker room. Guess what? There's only one person in the locker room out of these two players that everybody gravitates to. There's only one person. I've seen David Njoku and Jared Judy all over. There's only one player out of these two that I saw a whole team gravitate behind and carry and carry a boombox playing his music and hyping him up. Let's go 12. You see the different energy when it comes to their team, how they light up when they talk about Shedeur. When they talk about Dillon Gabriel, they talking about their coach, man. Yo, yeah, Kevin cool. Kevin calls great plays. Respect Kevin. Yeah, we just want to be in the right position, make all the right plays to win the game. That's how they talk about Dillon Gabriel. When they talk about Shedeur Sanders, yo, that kid got it. He's special. We love his swag, his confidence. That gives us energy. That feeds into us. We want to protect him. We want to support him. We want to see him win. Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he came out and sought advice from me. I want that kid to win. I want that kid to win. I'm going to support him from over here. We're not on the same team. We don't wear the same colors. But I want him to win. Tory Brown, my teammate. I met Coach Prime when I was in high school. Under Armour game, All-Star game. I threw my shoulder out. Coach Prime came up to me and was talking to me, giving me advice, encouragement. I'm in the league now. His son is here. That same support and the same word that he gave me when I was in high school, I'm giving to his son. I'm supporting his son. The lineage, the respect. Get the same thing with Dillon Gabriel, and it's not his fault. He doesn't have Deion as his dad. He doesn't have the swag. He doesn't have that feeling. For him to get that type, he got to play his ass off to get that. Some people, they just got it. And Shedeur plays his ass off. That's the difference. That's the separation. If they're both equal in skill and equal in talent, what's the next thing that's going to separate it? How do you pick a leader from this? The person that can lead the troops, galvanize the troops, give everybody hope, give everybody emotions. The person that's going to pick you up when you're down, the person that's going to take all of the blame. That's what we've seen from Shedeur. We've seen it in college. We've seen it at CU. Every game they lost, it's on me. I got to make better plays. We got to score more. I got to do better. I don't care about my O-line. We don't care about that. We're playing with the card that we're dealt with. I got to do better. I got to win the game. They trust me. I'm the leader. The teammates come up behind him. He's our leader. We'll die for him. We'll jump off a cliff for him. Wherever he takes us, we're going. 2 is our man. Shedeur is our man. And you never saw one time the fans turned against Colorado. We didn't care if they were 4-8. Every game was exciting. Even when they got their ass kicked, we were watching the game. We didn't give a damn. And that should let you know it's different. When Oregon got blown out, their fans turned it off. They turned it off. They didn't care. They didn't care that it was Dillon Gabriel's last game. They didn't care. They turned it off. Us? I watched the whole BYU game. They was getting their ass kicked. They were still playing, and I'm still on watch. That's the difference. What's up, girl? Gabriel played the same as in training camp. Let's hear what all the reporters have to say to lie about what we saw. That's the problem. They can try to change the narrative and everything. Like you read right here, they're trying to put Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel against each other. They're trying to say that Dillon Gabriel was taking shots at Shedeur Sanders, saying that there's entertainers and there's competitors. Well, if you're talking about your teammate, he competed better than you in harder circumstances with better players than you did today. If that's the case. But we're not going to try to put teammates against teammates because that's just not what we're going to do here. Right? But this is going to be the narrative for the next week. I just want you to know that. It's going to be the narrative where they're going to try to divide the locker room, divide the quarterbacks, cause tension, and make somebody get out of character. And you know who they're going to try to hope gets out of character? The black guy, of course. They're not going to say that the Hawaiian kid, the short Hawaiian kid, is going to get out of character and say something mess up in interviews. They're going to try to say, Shedeur, what do you think about Dillon Gabriel's last game? Shedeur, how do you think Dillon Gabriel did? Shedeur, what do you think about Dillon Gabriel's pick 6? Would you ever do that? Did you think that was a mistake? Did you tell him that he sucked? Did you That's what they're going to try to do all next week. If they even get a chance to talk to Shedeur or Dillon Gabriel, which I don't think that they're going to let them. But we're going to see what this next week brings because it's dress week. The first team has to play. So we're going to see Joe Flacco. Then we're going to see the second string quarterback. That should be Shedeur Sanders. It should be Shedeur, second off the bench. Kenny Pickett's not playing. We don't just put him on the practice squad, put him on IR, trade him, do whatever you got to do. He's not a part of this. It's 3 people. Joe, Shedeur, Dillon. That's how we had it coming out of the last week after the game. Dillon Gabriel went this week, didn't move the needle. Didn't move the needle. And that's the problem with being injured and all the other stuff like that. Now we all seen it. So now we can't go back and unsee it. Now all of the people that are just like, there's no context to the stats from the practices and the completion percentage and all this other. We all seen it on live TV now for 2 quarters. Now what are we gonna do? You have to just be honest. He threw good. He made good throws. But once it got out of that script of the first 15 plays, once it got out of that, it started getting spooky. Once that pick 6 happened, we saw what happened. Demeanor changed. Confidence in Kevin calling the plays changed. He moved the needle the wrong way. You're damn right he did. But even if they try to say that the needle didn't move a different way, this is not a better performance than what Shedeur did last week. It's just not. It's just not. There's just no way, right? There's no way. The needle. He shot himself in the foot. Chill. Be nice. Gotta be nice. Listen. All right, let's see what Tony Grossi got to say. Stefanski on Gabriel's interception. All interceptions are not created equal. No fucking shit. I told y'all they're going to try to move this goalpost all over the place. There should not have been two receivers in the same area. There should not have been two receivers in the same area. There should have not been two receivers in the same area. There should not have been two receivers in the same area. Hello? It's the same play, Kevin. It's the same play. It's the same play. You see this? Dillon Gabriel didn't have this option on his throw. This was his throw option. He had two people right here. This guy never went out to the flat. He just stayed there. This guy ran out and Johnson ran out, but this guy got fucking held up right here, so he couldn't get out to the flat early enough. Like how Thrash, when he goes out and up. Johnson on this play stops because he got cut off, and he sees that the pass is going. He sees he's here, and he was like, I'm just not going to run to the post. But on the other play, he ran down. He tried to run back to his quarterback to give him a throwing lane. But they will try to move the goalposts and say that there should have been two receivers there. Well, there shouldn't have been three receivers here, Kevin. But the better quarterback made the right decision in the better play, and the better ball placement, and the better accuracy. Because he's just better. We all seen it. We know it. We been knew this. We knew it in college. We knew it in the draft. We knew it during camp, OTAs, mini camp. We knew it. We seen it. We've been seeing it with our eyes. And now he got into the game, and you can't put the genie back in the bottle. That's what we all been talking about this entire week. Hey, last week, Shedeur was a genie in the bottle. Y'all had to rub the bottle. The genie came out. The wishes that you got from it are the wishes you got from it. You got 2 touchdowns, 3 scoring drives, great elite throws, some incompletions, some things you want to clean up with the scrambling backwards. But even the scrambling backwards shit, we saw that and we just like, man, he could make some plays. He could move with his wheels. This is stuff he was doing in Colorado. He can get it done. Right? Now the question is, what we saw with Dillon Gabriel, we can't unsee it. We can't unsee the interception that are not made equal because the receiver, he threw the ball, Kevin. He made the decision. It's in front of his face. It's not like he's throwing across the field. They're 5 yards in front of him. He sees it. He throws it. It's bad. It's not accurate. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Look at this guy. Thought Dillon Gabriel played well and took advantage of Shedeur being hurt. It's now they're moving the goalposts. Now, because Shedeur is hurt, Dillon Gabriel played good, played well. When do we call a pick six, a lost fumble on a handoff right after a pick six, and 2 sacks? When do we call that well? Y'all didn't call that well when Joe Flacco was throwing all them interceptions. Y'all didn't call that well when Jameis Winston was throwing all them interceptions. Y'all didn't call that well when Baker Mayfield was out here trying to make plays and throwing interceptions. Y'all didn't call that well when Deshaun Watson was out here doing the same thing. Y'all didn't call that well. How is that well? Hello, anybody there? Anybody there? Can y'all tell me how that's well? I'll wait. Dillon is done, and he just lost all the confidence. Yeah, we know that. We've seen it. We've seen it in real time. We saw it happen. But I just want to know, when is this stat line 13 for 18, 0 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 lost fumble, 2 sacks? When is that acceptable in one half of football? This is not like, it's not like he went 25 for 30, 37, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick six, a lost fumble, 2 sacks. We'll give him 3 sacks and a dub. It's not the same. We got to go off of what we saw. Y'all didn't put him back in for the third quarter. Y'all put Shedeur out there for the third quarter. Y'all didn't put him back there for the third quarter. Why not? Y'all didn't want this to change. Y'all didn't want this to go from 0 touchdowns to 1 touchdown. Y'all didn't want this to go from 13 and 18 to 13 and 20 or 13 and 25. Y'all didn't want this to go to 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, 4 sacks. Like, what was the point? What was the point? Why didn't we get to see Dillon Gabriel for 3 quarters? Because before Shedeur had the oblique injury, which I don't think was able to keep him out of this game, but before he had that little injury, little setback, a little strain, Kevin Stefanski, you said that Shedeur was going to take the majority of the reps. Even with Dillon playing, you said that Shedeur was going to take the majority of the reps that game. He was going to play 3 quarters. So you was going to give Shedeur you was going to give Dillon the first quarter, first and second quarter, and then Shedeur was going to come in like in the second quarter and finish the game from the second quarter, from half of the second quarter to the whole game. That's what your plan was. What's up, King Kong? What's up, girl? You said they're not going to move Shedeur up the depth chart, but he knows for sure there's no way he's fourth. They're going to play around and put him on the practice squad, and he'll be gone. It's time he moves. Listen, they ain't gonna be able to get him on the practice squad. No way in hell. And if Kenny Pickett stays second on this fucking depth chart, I'm gonna go to Cleveland myself and I'm gonna smack people. I'm gonna go right into that office and I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. Because how fucking dare you play in people's faces? I'm not a Cleveland Browns fan. I don't have affiliations to any team. Because my GOAT retired. Tom Brady left. I didn't have a team to go to. I'm not a fucking dick rider, so I ain't going on Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or anything like that. I like a certain type of football. I like a certain type of quarterbacking, bro. And that's the person I found with Shedeur. That's just what I see. I see how I see it. So I'm a Shedeur fan, and if whatever team he plays for, I'm gonna rock with it. That's just how it is. Wherever Brady went, I was gonna rock with Brady. Brady went to the Bucks, I was there. Y'all just say that y'all don't like Shedeur because making excuses for Gabriel's play today is just stupid. That's the problem. They won't admit it. They'll show it, and it just has to come to us as people to just read between the lines. Dillon is an interception magnet. I ain't gonna put that smut on Dillon's name. I didn't watch too much of Dillon's. I think I watched a couple of the Oregon games, and not like fully. And I'm not gonna. He's a good quarterback, but he's a system quarterback. You have to scheme it up. He has to play a certain way, and it just has to be clean. If it's not clean, it's just gonna get bad. We don't have bail money. I got bail money. Don't worry about it. I got a couple friends that live in Ohio. So I'll be all right. They get me out. They'll get me out. Don't worry about it. They'll get me out. I'll be all right. I'll send them the money so when I get locked up, I get out of there and I just leave immediately. Have a warrant on my name forever, but I'll leave. I'll be all right. Well, you know what the craziest thing is, y'all? I was gonna go to this game before Shedeur, the day that Shedeur got injured. I was buying the ticket. I was dropping 150 for front row seats right behind the bench. Look, see right here? You see right here? I was gonna be up here. I was right here. This is because I was getting right here. I was there. My finger was on the button. Then we get the stuff. Shedeur's not practicing. He didn't throw a pass today. Shedeur's injured, and I said, "God damn, lucky I didn't buy the tickets, because them ticket price probably went from whatever I was gonna buy $100, $200, and I was gonna drive out there because I wasn't about to fly to Philly. Man, maybe I could have. I probably could have. It was like $80. I would have did it. Cause I ain't trying to drive 3 hours or whatever, 3-4 hours, and then drive back. Hell no. I was gonna go to this game. No, I ain't. But I know Cleveland going to Boston. They're going to play the Patriots later on. I'm gonna be there. That's like week 10. Shedeur better be starting by then. But yeah, man, they can't tell us what we like. Come on, man. Dillon has the most interceptions in the camp. We seen it. Most interceptions, most reps. Damn near least completions. Let's go right here. Let's see.
There's a quote that you said, there's entertainers and competitors, and I'm a competitor, and I understand there's entertainers. What context was that quote given?
You know, all you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, you know, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times. So definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said.
So you were referring to media as the entertainer?
Yeah, I just said that.
Can you end?
What do you mean?
You see how he had to baby him into the question, had to edge him on to, hey, what are you talking about your team? Because it's kind of looking crazy out here on social media. You can't say that. The audio's low? My bad, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll turn it up. How about now?
What do you mean?
There's a quote that you said, there's entertainers and competitors, and I'm a competitor, and I understand there's entertainers. What context was that?
Tell me how it sound now.
Given?
You know, all you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, you know, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times. So
that's just the goalpost moving, right? Yeah, Lewis is the dog, bro. Lewis is the one of the ones. Lewis used to work for football teams. I forgot what team he was working with. I think it was the Colts. I think it was like a GM or something like that. But he knows what goes on in these locker rooms. He knows what's going on with the coaches, the GMs, how they talk and all that stuff. So he had inside information and prior knowledge to what they do to railroad people, and he's seen it happen in the Shedeur and was calling that shit out, and he's been calling it out since. And I think that he was on an NFL show. I think I heard his voice. Maybe they called him or whatever. But oh yeah, you know, on Monday, on Monday they about to go crazy on this. You know they are. Well, let's go back to the stats. QB tracker. Why does Dillon Gabriel have the most attempts in camp over Joe Flacco, over Shedeur? Kenny Pickett ain't been a thought for the last 3-4 weeks. He's been doing only 7-on-7. That's the only time he's thrown touchdowns. That's these last like week with 7-on-7s. So what are we doing? There's no way in hell Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel should be 60 completions, attempts, pass attempt difference with only 17 completion difference. You fucking shitting me? Are you shitting me? 52% to 70%. If I'm a coach, I'm seeing that, I'm saying put the kid in. What are we talking about? What we talking about? Entertainer throwing shade at Shedeur, but he's a competitor, really? And you saw the way they had to coach him through that one. That was Tony Grossi asked him the question, by the way. Same guy that been talking hella shit. Are y'all dumb? He just said he wasn't talking about Shedeur in the quote. Doesn't matter what you say after you say it. I can say, yo, shorty. I can say shorties. Yo, I know. I'm 6'1". I'm 6 feet tall. I just know somebody that's short can't fuck with me. Anybody that's short is a bitch. And then girl can ask me, so when you said that you were talking about people that are short, are you talking about people that name short or have short in their name or actually short? Like what was the context? Oh, I would never talk about anybody that was named shorties or anything like that. You know, I just feel like as a basketball player, as a human being, if you're just shorter than the average, then you're just short. And I just feel like I'm just gonna dominate you in whatever I want to do, play football, basketball, or anything like that, because I'm taller than you. I can reach higher on the cabinet. I can get on top of the refrigerator. You know, I can change light bulbs without having to get on chairs. So, you know, that's just all I was talking about. I wasn't talking about any of my teammates because I just know that, you know, we probably have some, you know, guys on the team that are short, but they play way bigger than their height and they got the biggest heart out of everybody on the team. So I would never talk about my teammates like that. Next question. Hello? You see that? How I just like swapped it around? So just because you say something after the fact don't mean that what you said at the beginning isn't how you really felt. That's like if somebody racist just said, man, I hate you black people. And then somebody 6'2", muscles and a gun stands up. You said what? Nah, I didn't mean you black people. I meant the ignorant ones. The ones over there that's causing problems, stealing, and doing all this other. You see how that's different? You see how that just changes, right? So I'm not going to put that on his jacket. I'm not going to say he was talking about Shedeur directly or anything like that, but every statement got some type of truth to it, right? He might not have been talking about Shedeur, but he could have been talking about the people that support Shedeur and don't support him or want to see him fail. And those are people that have to be aligned with saying like Shedeur is just better and we want to see Shedeur. Or maybe he could be talking about his brother that does a lot of recordings and stuff. Yeah, that's not the same at all. It doesn't have to be the same at all. But whenever you say something out of your mouth, whatever comes out of your mouth, you have to own it. And it doesn't matter what you mean. It really matters about how people receive it, right? So you can say something however you want, and it can be in a playful way, or you don't even mean it. But whatever you say, this is what you say. All you have is your word. So if you say something that can be interpreted differently, you gotta stand on that. And a lot of people can backpedal it and walk it back, change the meaning, change how they felt about it. That's cool. And like I said, I'm not trying to put that on Dillon Gabriel. I'm not trying to say like he was definitely talking about Shedeur, because I don't think that he was talking about Shedeur. But I do think that he's been online. He's been seeing a lot of what's going on. He'd be at practice and he knows that the media is only there for Shedeur. The kids are only there for Shedeur. The fans that are in the stands are only there for Shedeur. That's just what it is. So he can say that and say like the entertainer stuff, but if he knows that the entertainers are people that are supporting and want to see Shedeur, that is a slight at Shedeur. And it doesn't have to be his thought process or his meaning to say that, but that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So because you interpret it wrong, you are just going to stick with it to create divide for Shedeur. Oh, with Dillon. I'm not saying that. I'm not putting any divide or anything like that. There's already people in the Cleveland media that's already coming out and took this quote and said that Dillon was talking about Shedeur. That's why he's being asked, and that's why they're asking him about it, because they came out and said that as soon as he said that on his sideline interview. I didn't make that up. I didn't say that. That's what they said, and that's what they're trying to get to. I didn't say it. Right? I didn't say that. Right? You want me to go find it? I'll go find it. I'll go find it. Ooh. Okay. Make sure nothing crazy pop up on this screen. Look, they're throwing it here. It's all over the place. Everywhere. Everywhere we go. It's on NFL. It's right there. Dillon Gabriel has solid showing aside from 2 turnovers. This was the post that I saw from, because I after they took him out, I started watching. Why even say something that sounds like that to play for clicks and bullshit they did? That's just what it is. So this is the first post I saw, and we talked about this probably like 30 minutes ago. But this is what we saw. This is from The Dogs, a Cleveland Browns podcast. I watched them. Right? Dillon Gabriel had a strange quote that will 100% be overanalyzed this week. He was asked how he tunes out the noise and doesn't let it infiltrate himself. There's entertainers and there's competitors. My job is to compete. Was that a shot at Shedeur Sanders, or was it completely unrelated to his fellow rookie quarterback? This is a media personnel that goes to the team practices, that watch all the team games, that goes to the games, that's in the community, they're from Cleveland, and blah, blah, blah. This is the first thing that they said. This is them. They're trying to cause the divide. The Cleveland media, not me, not you, them. They're trying to cause divide between the teammates. They're the ones who put this out and said, yo, is he talking about Shedeur? They're the ones who got on the post game interview and asked him, was you talking about Shedeur? Not me. I only said that because this is what they said. So I'm just like, okay, well, if that's what y'all think and that's what y'all interpret, I can see the way that can be interpreted that way. I can see it. I can understand it. I can process it that way. But why would you say anything like that? You know what would have been the perfect way to come out and talk? That's the same shot that they sent from Colorado State. Exactly. Jared, exactly. Hey, we play football. We don't play for likes and clicks. That doesn't sound the same. It's the same language. That's the same language. It's the same talking tone, right? The coach from Oregon said the same thing about Colorado the year before. Hey, we got real football players over here. We don't play for Instagram likes and clicks and views. Meanwhile, that same week, they were putting out so much social media videos and YouTube videos and fucking banter back and forth with Colorado and saying all this is ridiculous. He spoke what he felt, and that's period. And that's one thing about sports. When you're there, you're there. When you're in the game, that's your feelings. You know why you be seeing people crash out while they're playing basketball and fighting and all this other stuff? Because that's when your emotion, you can't control your emotions. And yeah, when asked about it, Dillon said what he meant, and then people are saying he's lying now. Nobody's saying he's lying now. I'm not even saying that that's what he meant. But that's what he said. I just showed you that this is what the narrative is going on with the media now. But, shorties, let me ask you. If you were in a football game and you just played your first football game and somebody asked you about distractions of social media and pressure and all this other stuff from the outside, what would your answer be? You want to know exactly what it would sound like? It would sound similar to what Shedeur says. I'm not focusing on any of the outside noise or anything from the outside. I'm only worrying about the team. I'm only worrying about practicing and getting better. I'm only worrying about playing with my teammates. And that's the only thing I'm focused on right now. That is the answer that your quarterback and a leader says. You don't say, yeah, man, I see things that's going online and what people are saying about me, and I ain't even focus on that. I don't care about these entertainers. I'm a competitor and I'm outside competing. That's the difference. You don't even try to give them a window. Shorty, it doesn't matter what other people think. You're talking to me. You ain't talking to them. What other people interpret and what other people feel, the only person that can control that situation is Dillon. What he said is what he said. It is what it is. He said it. It's from his mouth. Nobody's changing his words or anything. He said it, and that people are going to take whatever narrative and whatever way they feel about it and whatever way they feel about him or feel about Shedeur or feel about the whole shit. They're going to make their own assumptions out of it anyway. That's why you don't try to give anybody anything. That's why you get these same quarterbacks and the leaders of all teams. They're the ones, LeBron and all of them, they're the ones that always answer all the questions because they're never going to try to give you nothing. If this was Tom Brady, if this was Patrick Mahomes, if this was Myles Garrett, or if this was Sam Bradford, Lamar Jackson, or anything, you know exactly what their answer is going to be. It's not going to be to play into that answer or to that question. You don't have to answer a question just because you're asked it. Okay, bro. Shorties, I don't think you're understanding what's actually being said, so I'm gonna try to slow it down for you, right? Shorty, you asked me a question. You said, "Yo, King, how did you feel about Dillon Gabriel's performance?" He's not a quarterback. He fucking sucks. Get him off the team. And then you clip it up. And you send it out and you give it to Dillon Gabriel. And then Dillon Gabriel comes and asks me, "Yo, that's how you really feel about me?" Nah, I didn't really mean like you really suck. Like, I just meant like you didn't really play that good of a game. And I just didn't think that you did that good. What I said is what I said. No matter if it was emotional, irrational, if I didn't mean it at the end of the day. Whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. I'm the only person that can control it. So if I'm on the sidelines getting asked about questions that have nothing to do with either the game that's happening there or my teammates there or my performance there, you don't answer those questions. You give the generic, "I'm not worrying about any of the noise coming from the outside. I'm just worrying about myself, my team, and getting better." Because I'm trying to give you an analogy so you can understand, and I'm taking it away from Dillon Gabriel. Okay, I'll just give you the same analogy. I'll give you another analogy. Shedeur Sanders was asked about pressure and how he feels about it and everything else. And Shedeur said, "I'm not worrying about the pressure. I'm only worrying about bettering myself and getting better every day and doing my best to compete." That's what he said. The same question, different answers. One person answered the question to where there was no wiggle room. He diffused the question, didn't play into any narrative, didn't give social media, the media brands, or anybody any wiggle room to try to make it out to anything else. That's the type of answer that leaders, quarterbacks, and other people make. Shorties, I keep telling you, I don't think that he said that about Shedeur. I said I believe that Dillon Gabriel has been online and has been watching and reading and being emotional and reacting to what has been said about him, right? The entertainers, he said, are the media people and people on social media. Me, you, the reporters, NFL that makes all of the videos, his own team that's making quarterback videos. That's who he considers entertainers. And everybody that's on the team are not entertainers, right? So when he answered the question and said it in that way, it doesn't have to be about Shedeur. It can be about the people that support Shedeur. and don't support him, or people that support both and want to see X, Y, and Z. It doesn't matter. You can't attack anybody. It doesn't have to be about him attacking Shedeur or anything. You cannot, as a quarterback, do that unless it's in defense of another teammate. And even in that point in time, you can't even really do that because you're the quarterback. You're the face of the franchise, right? Right. So if Deshaun Watson, let's say Dillon Gabriel, we saw Deshaun Watson on the sideline with you last week. Do you feel like you're able to learn from Deshaun Watson, even though you know he is a quarterback on your roster and there is a chance that he come back and play? Do you feel threatened by him or anything like that? No, I don't feel threatened by Deshaun Watson. He's hurt. I'm not. I'm a competitor. He's not competing right now. Does that sound right? Or the answer to the question to be like, you know, we're teammates and I'm not competing against any of my teammates. You know, I love Deshaun. He's been helping me out, giving me advice. He played quarterback in this league at a high level, and I would do anything to learn from him, just like any of the other vets. So, you know, there's no real competition. Us in the quarterback room, we're all trying to help each other grow, and you know, we don't really care about who really wins. We're all just trying to get better and just trying to help the team win in the best capabilities that we can. You see the difference between the two answers? That's what we're saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he attacked Shedeur or anything. I'm just saying that he answered the question wrong. He answered the question with emotions. You can tell that he was emotional about the question. Because then again, you have to backpedal the question. Backpedal. Oh no, I meant it like you guys. Like I'm talking about you, the media. And I'm talking about the people on social media and stuff like that. That's just emotional, bro. You just don't answer those questions like that. They said that this is the smartest guy that they have seen. The supercomputer can analyze everything, come out with answers, memorize everything, blah, 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 blah. And then now what? So now we got proof of in game making bad decisions, throwing pick six, fumbles. Now we got a post-game interview that was like, kind of tone deaf. Not really the answer that you want to see from your starting quarterback or anything like that. I'm not saying it as an attack. That wasn't an attack. What I just said was not an attack. That's not an attack. If you're saying Deshaun is injured, I'm not threatened by Deshaun. I'm a competitor. He's injured. He's not competing for a starting job. That's not an attack. Those are facts. Those are facts, right? Those will be facts about Deshaun Watson. He's injured. He's not able to play. He's on IR. He's not on the team. He's not competing for a job. So he's not giving me any stress because he's not in this competition. Nothing was said wrong. What Dillon Gabriel said was actually true. There's entertainers there, competitors, and my job is to compete. There's nothing said wrong. What he said was completely true. That's just not a good answer. Like, you know, when you're in school and you're doing math and you're on a test and your teachers tell you to show your work, right? And they will sometimes grade you on if you're able to show your work or not. And they'd be like, okay, you got the right answer, but you didn't show your work. So instead of getting a full 10 points on this question, you get 9 because you didn't show your work. You didn't show, you know, the solution to the problem. You didn't show the formula that you needed to. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, he answered the question truthfully. He didn't answer it professionally and like a quarterback and somebody that you would want to be a leader of your team. Let's answer the question. Do you think he answered a question like that in college? Like with Oregon? No, he probably says, I'm not. Like, do you think that he'll answer that in Oregon? You know, if it's just like, hey, Dillon Gabriel, you're like 4th in the Heisman race. Do you feel like Cam Ward, Travis Hunter are better players than you, and do you feel like you deserve the Heisman? Dillon Gabriel. We're all competitors, and you know, I just
feel like, you know, I come out here and I do my job every day. I'm not really worried about getting a Heisman or anything like that. I'm just worried about being the best quarterback that I could be every day and lead my team to victories. You know, at the end of the day, our mission isn't to get solo awards. Our mission is to get the college football championship and bring a championship to Oregon, and that's the only thing I'm worried about. But shout outs to those guys. Like that's how you answer the question. That's how you answer questions. Or you could just be like, yeah, I feel like I'm the best quarterback in the nation. I don't think that Cam Ward is a better quarterback than me. I feel like he should be the first round draft pick. I don't feel like what Travis Hunter is doing is more important than what I'm doing here at Oregon. I have my team in position to fight for a college championship. Neither of those guys do. So that's just my answer. Like, you see the difference. They're both true. Nah, when he was with Dan, that was the year before. He went with Dan last year. I don't think Dan didn't play Colorado last year. That was the year before, and they blew them the hell out. But it's just different ways to answer the question. Like the way that you're seeing it with the reaction of him saying what he said. The way that you're reacting, you're just reacting off of us seeing it and then talking about it. So when you first saw it, you saw it or heard it and then saw the reaction, and then you started to chime into it, right? So like I said, I don't, this is not about Shedeur. This is not about him attacking Shedeur or saying that about Shedeur. I'm completely taking it off of Shedeur. I'm just talking about the outlook and the perception that it look answering a question like this. That's just not a good way to answer a question as a starting quarterback, or wanting to be a starting quarterback, or wanting to be the leader of a franchise and the face of a franchise. Like, you don't answer questions like that. And that's something that he has to learn at the end of the day, because he's going to learn from this, because now he's going to go on social media. He already got asked a question by Tony Grossi and all that other stuff, so he now knows that, oh shit, people are taking what I said out of context and I didn't really say that. Oh crap, okay, now I have to really like watch what I say, and I have to just start giving the generic answers, because I don't want to be a distraction. I don't want my teammates to think that I'm saying anything about them, throwing any shade or anything like that. Like, I don't want to do that. That's what it is. Yeah, Shorty. I know it works both ways. That's why I'm not saying that what I'm saying. That's why I keep saying that I'm not saying what he said is about Shedeur. I'm taking it completely off of Shedeur. I'm just saying what he said was just not an answer that a starting quarterback in the face of a franchise should make or would make. And then I gave you other examples of other questions of how he can answer it truthfully and be completely truthful and just not be professionally right, and like what you want to see from your leader of your team, and then just how you can answer it, you know, being the leader of your team and just talking about is only about the team and X, Y, and Z, and having those generic answers. And that's just something that he messed up on, and that's fine. Like, he can mess up on it. That's something he's going to learn from, and that's cool. But we're just sitting here at the end of a football game where his play is not even being talked about, because we're talking about something that he said on a sideline interview. And then since we're not talking about his play, that means that his play wasn't that great. Know what I'm saying? Call it being passive aggressive. You niggas call it throw shade. Of course, he's not going to say his name. Yeah, he's not going to say his name. I like I said, I don't really want to put it on him, on his name, put him talking about Shedeur on that. But at the end of the day, there's a way to go about answering questions, and there's another way of not going about answering questions. And I just think that he just didn't answer the questions correctly, and no, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, it's not like I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, man, cut him because he answered the question like that and blah blah. Like, I'm not gonna say that. That just doesn't matter. Browns Kevin Smith said the tight end and wide receiver were outside of their sandbox on the level of the route. So yeah, now they're trying to change the narrative to move the goalposts on the he didn't throw a bad pass. So now we gotta go and get the goalpost moving thing. Which one y'all want? Nah, we're gonna go with the move and the goal. We're gonna do this. This is what we're gonna do. And I'm putting this on everything that I see about shit like this, because that is literally the definition of moving the goalpost. I gave Dillon a B plus and Shedeur a B minus. The only reason Shedeur was worse was because he had a almost pick where he stared down the receiver. Huh? This is clickbait. He's just trying to bait. He's just trying to bait. So we can't fall for that. We can't fall for that. And so now, like, now we're just seeing that static and mic. Hello? Is my mic static? It's probably my AC in the background being picked up a little bit. Let me try to move it a little bit. That sound better? That sound better? Yeah, I mean, but sure, you gotta watch the play, right? If we're gonna talk about, you know, that it was, you know, we're gonna talk about, oh, it was a bad route by the tight end or whatever. You know, I already broke it down with both plays. What's up, Lady PC? I'm so tired of watching the Browns exhausting. I would honestly give Dillon a C plus and Shedeur an A minus. I wouldn't even give Shedeur A minus. I'll give Shedeur. Shedeur gave himself a C plus, so I'm gonna just go off of Shedeur giving himself a C plus, D plus C minus for Dillon Gabriel. That's what it is. I ain't gonna give him an F because before the pick six and the fumble, he was cooking. He was cooking. I ain't gonna lie, he was cooking. But then he started not cooking. So we gotta take that in the, you know, in the perception. What's up, Paris? What's going on, bro? I can't give him an F. I can't give Shedeur an A. I'm gonna just keep him where they at. Shedeur gave himself a C plus. If anything, I give him a B minus. And if I give him a B minus, we give Dillon Gabriel a C minus, D plus. Yeah, I thought Shedeur looked great, but missed some open throws. Yeah, you know, Shedeur missed some open throws, and that was at the beginning of the game. He was a little juiced up, a little hyped up, and that's fine. Because that's what happens when your first game, you're a little juiced up, you're a little hyped up. Dillon Gabriel played really great at the beginning of the game for himself, and then it started to unravel. And, you know, I just think that that's just, you know, how it was played up. Like, two turnovers F. I hear you. I'm not saying that what you feel is wrong or right. I'm just saying, I'm just looking at it one way, and I'm looking at it another way. That's all. That's all. Wait, where's the, what the hell? What the hell? Now where all the Dillon Gabriel freaking videos at? If Shedeur would have said it, he would have been sent to the gulag. See, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So we got when we talk about like sports and stuff, we gotta talk about it in context, right? So we talk about it in context. We'll put both of these side by side. Again, we'll do it again. We'll do it again, right? We did this earlier. What the hell? We'll do it again. We'll do it again. Right? These are the same place. Y'all can see? It's good, right? These are the same place. Bro, get this shit out of here.
Gabriel has been very.
These are the same
Gabriel
place.
has been very good.
All right. This is the running back. Running back, right? Same play, bro. Same play, same play, same play, same play. All right, same play. I'm gonna get to where Dillon is right here, to where Shedeur is, right? This is it. They're at the same place. Kind of sees on a different hatch, but they're at the same place. Different scenarios because one's in the red zone, one's at the 31-yard line. So, you know, obviously we have the out of bounds right here. This is the same play, right? Caden Davis, Deontay Johnson. They're actually in the same complete spots. He's right here, same spot. This guy's a little bit further up. He's a little bit further down. This guy is getting jammed and stopped on the release on the outside. Same. This is Thrash. So it's not the same person. This is 86. I believe this is 86 as well, or is it 82? So we got Johnson. We're gonna say this. This is Davis. This is Thrash, who's a receiver. This is an 86, who's a tight end, and this is 82 Bates, and this is 82 Bates, right? So we see what happened. The tight ends are getting held up. He's holding outside contained because you know he's a left-hand thrower. So you want to get on the left side of it. He's probably matched up on him as well. So he's stopping him and keeping him from release. He's under the line of scrimmage so he can put his hands on him and fuck around with him, right? So if this is the case and you see this, but you don't see this, but on this play, it's the same play. You see how way farther deeper he is. Shedeur is what? Let's say this is what? 5-yard line. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's really what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 yards back. Dillon Gabriel is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 yards back on the same play. Maybe if he was here, he would be able to see this and this. It's just a bad play from him. Wide open. His man is back turned to him. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. Wide open. So if you were to throw it to him and give him a chance to run up, this is cleared out. This got one person right here, safety crashing down on Deontay Johnson. The same way the play is happening here. But you see here, this guy's on top of him. This guy's on the outside of him. This guy's on the outside of him, but this guy's on top of him. So you're just switching what's happening on the outside and what's happening on the inside on the place. Right? Shedeur sees this. Hey, he's playing on the outside. I can't throw it to him. Hey, he's playing on the inside, and then the D-line's right here. I can't throw it to him. Hey, Deontay Johnson's right here, but I can't throw it right here because this guy's right here, and then we got a safety crashing down right here. So the only person I have an option to is here. So when I get to this guy, I have to throw it on the outside because I have to give him a chance to get the ball, and there's no chance to throw an interception because if I throw the ball right here where he's about to play and release, I can throw right here, and this guy can jump in, this guy can jump back. So I can't throw it yet. So I have to give this guy a chance to get to the sideline so this guy clears out and this guy to get here to run the post. And then this guy will be on his back end. And then even though it's going to be this guy here and it's going to be the safety that comes down here to Deontay Johnson to try to get back, I'm only putting it right here. He can't get over there. He can't get on the outside. And he can't get there to jump the pass. It's that simple. I can sit here as a person that never played football, but literally watched football for a very long time and played football on video games and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that I'm a pro or anything like that, but I'm very, very well in being able to take apart and dissect things. Like I said, I've never played football before. So I can talk all of this football knowledge and stuff like that just from watching the game, listening to other people talk about it, and then come through with it, right? Did we talk about the Dillon Gabriel comment? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We talked about it. We talked about it. You know what it's really like? Let's bring it up. Even though it's not about Dillon Gabriel saying anything about Shedeur, but it's very similar to this. Let's see if it brings it up.
See how far Instagram followers gets them.
That don't remind you of that? That don't remind you of that?
See how far Instagram followers gets them.
Millions of followers and fans and celebrities that jumped on their side because of who Deion Sanders is. At the end of the day, Deion Sanders ain't playing.
Whoa.
This ain't no Cinderella story, so we coming for revenge.
See how far.
Similar vibes, right? And it's regardless of if Dillon Gabriel meant it like that, that's just what it can be perceived, and that's why as a franchise quarterback, leader of the team, face of an organization, you just don't talk like that. You don't answer questions like that. You just keep it simple, bro. Keep it simple. But back to this play. So we're looking at this play, right? Dillon Gabriel was 5 yards further back than Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders has a out of bounds line to work with. Dillon Gabriel doesn't. This guy is clearing out. This is the same person. I don't know if it's exactly Caden Davis, but we're going to say this is Caden Davis. This is the person who catches the touchdown. This is the person running the same route. So if he does the same thing as Shedeur, the ball goes to this guy, right? But he's not doing the same thing as Shedeur. So what is this? Wide open man right here. This is the same person, right? These are the same players. These are the same players. 18, that's 16, that's 16. That's Deontay Johnson, right? He's wide open. Throw the ball. Throw the ball. 82. Right here. Same person. 82 right here. Wide open. Throw the ball. But he's going to throw the ball to 86, who's being jammed up in the backfield. You remember that entire week? I remember like it was yesterday. And you want to know one thing about that week, girl? And I appreciate you for saying that was an amazing breakdown. I really do appreciate that. But we all remember that Colorado State game. You want to know why? Because we all sat up here and watched it together. Everybody was up at 3, 4 o'clock in the goddamn morning watching that game. I was, and it was fucking fun. So you want me to play the thing? So we're gonna play the Dillon Gabriel play, right? All right. Wide open. Why is his read to go to this guy who's literally fighting for his life?
Gabriel has been.
You see how long Johnson was open? Now this guy is crashing down on him. He's still open. This guy is facing that way, or he's about to turn that way. His hips. You look at his hips. He's turning. He's open. You can throw it. Or you could have been through it to Johnson, right? Or whatever Caden Davis is doing up here, you throw it to the sideline, and that's the only place that he can get it. It's the same play, right? So we're going to press play here. Right? Johnson sees the guy coming down, so he's holding up. He's just like, okay, he's going to cut me off and throw me down here, so I'm not going to go. This guy and this guy are the same person, but he's being held. He's been held for 10 yards back here. You can't go to him. What's up, YouTubian? Yeah, we all were up. Everybody was up. So you can't go to this guy because the guy, he's playing outside leverage, holding your guy up. He's already been stopped in the backfield. He should have already been to the sideline. It should have been layered. You see how it's layered? It's not layered because this guy blew the play up. The play is blown up right here. He's not an option anymore. This is the only option, and Caden Davis is the only option. You have to understand that. We can't say that, oh man, he would have known. It's right in front of his face. He's looking there. He might be looking down there, but you got peripheral vision. You can see this.
Gabriel has been very good.
All right. Throw the ball away. Throw it away. Play's done. Throw it away. Live another day. Right, Quay? Live another day.
So far.
Okay. All right. The computer is processing. The defender turned his back. The tight end has got a little window. I'm able to throw the ball, but my tight end is 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, too far down in the play, and my receiver, who's right here, who in this play doesn't go all the way out, stops right here, is here. You like this channel? Thank you. I like it. Boom. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna be here. I'm gonna try to go live after every game. We'll see how things go. Definitely with Shedeur play. We're gonna definitely be going live next week. I might do a live during the game, so let me know if y'all want me to go live and do a live reaction to the entire game. I won't be able to play it on the screen, but we'll be on Twitter and stuff and pulling out clips and all that other stuff. Gabriel rolled out. Did Shedeur roll out? Did Shedeur roll out? It's the same play. The bootleg. It's a rollout. Same play. Same play, same play. Shedeur is just not all the way back here like Dillon Gabriel is. This is the line of scrimmage. This is the line of scrimmage. Dillon Gabriel is 5 yards further back than Shedeur Sanders is. Same play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys clearing out, running a post. Deontay Johnson came through, running a crossing route. He's right here. He's running a hot route, stick route, and he's just gonna go and just get open. Find a sit down in the zone and try to get open. So he's gonna go this way and then stop. This guy is running a straight up and out wheel route. He's running a wheel route. He's running flat, boom, going. Same play. Then he goes up, right? Tight end right here, he just backs up. Oh, I'm just trying to sit in the zone. Deontay Johnson run across. This guy comes in. I'm out of the play. The ball is gone. Over the stretch hands of the defender, right? Caden Davis is just getting out of his break. The ball is already gone. It's going to the one place it can be. This is Deontay Johnson, him right here. This is the safety that stepped up to try to cut him off, right? He's going to try to make a play on the ball. This guy right here, number 80, he's running out route, the same way as this guy. He's supposed to be up here, but the play got blown up, right? He's backing off to go make a play on the ball. This guy is the guy that turned around. They got turned around, and he tried to fit the ball around, right? So this is the same play, different defensive concepts, right? And different outcomes, and he's not processing that, right?
Gabriel has been
Same thing. Crash down. What do we see right here? Safety, crash down. Same person. Right? Caden Davis is up here. How do we know that? Because this is him right here. This is him right here. This might be number 17, the other guy, but this is the same route. Right? Same route. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same route.
off the play fake. Shedeur Sanders.
Now look at this. You can't tell me that this pass in between 3 people on your last read is any difficult
Gabriel has been very
than just saying throw the ball away. The play is dead. Beat. Only option. We can't see the guy up here, but I'm gonna just say he beat because he didn't throw it.
good so far.
The ball should be thrown away. So if he's thinking that, okay, let's say, hey, the receiver and the tight end messed up, right? You still made the throw. Who are you throwing it to? Lady, Jared, Shorty, Boom, Quay, YouTubian, girl. Who was he throwing it to right here? Anybody else that's here? Because it says 50 people in here. So who else is watching? Who is he throwing the ball to right here? Y'all let me know. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait. The computer need to update, you damn sure. The processor, I had to upgrade my processor on my computer. I play a lot of video games, right? I play a lot of video games. And one of my games that I play all the time now came out, and my processor couldn't hold it. I got a new graphics card. What's up, Malik? I got a new graphics card. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And then I found out that my processor couldn't hold it. It was too old. I had to get a new processor. I just bought a $500 graphics card. I had to get a new processor, spend $200 to get a brand new one, right? And then my computer was running crazy. Gotta update it. Where's the processing? You can't tell me we know who he's throwing it to. Let's throw it slow. Let's go in slow motion. Half speed. Who he throwing it to? Can't be Johnson. Johnson ain't looking at him. He getting pushed, knocked off the route. He ain't throwing it to 82. So it's between these two. So I'm thinking that he sees the tight end. This guy's back's turn. He's throwing it to the tight end. So let's just say, why didn't he go to 82? Because he didn't see it. 82 been open the whole play. This is the man that's on 82, 95. The defensive end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 6 people in the 7 people in the backfield. Huh? It's open. Johnson's open. This is a 5-yard game, 1st and 10. Throw the ball. He's trying to go for the home run. Why he trying to go for the home run? Why he trying to go for that play? Because these are the same plays. But he saw Shedeur do this play last game. The same play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players in the backfield. 5 players. This is 82. The same guy that we just said, why he didn't just throw it to 82? Girl, this is the same person right here. So his defender was where 49 is. On this play, he has a defender over the top of him. Deontay Johnson, who's same as on this play, he's not wide open. He has this linebacker, or let's say this guy right here, or this guy right here, 0, is really the other linebacker. This guy's supposed to be here, so he will be sitting right here. This linebacker will be sitting right here, right? Because they have 6 people here. They had 5, but they had 2 linebackers, right? So Deontay Johnson is even more open on this play. He should be your first read. This should be your second read. This should be your third read. This is a check down. Why are you trying to throw the ball to a check down that's getting choked up while you're rolling out? It doesn't make sense. I don't play football. I'm not a quarterback. But you're checked down, and even if this was his first option and the play was to go here, right? You don't throw the ball to him 6 seconds after the play then got snapped. He ain't your check down no more. Cross it out. It's his next. He's not here. He's out of the play. 1, 2, 3. And if they only rush 3 people, this is the running back who releases out here and is wide open. Look at the wide receiver. Look at Hello? Dillon! Did you forget the real check down? The last resort? Well, you probably can't look back here and get back to him. Right? So, because you already rolled out, and you know that the play is always designed here, so you know the defense is going to come over here. If he was such a computer, you would know that, shit, if I roll out, and if I look here, and I see the contain broke, and I can see this guy get it. Gabriel is... Run. They all going out. But I can just turn around here. This is the touchdown. Safety here. Safety here. You throw this, he has to fucking break his neck and turn it. He ain't gonna beat him to the 20-yard line. He ain't gonna make it. But we ain't even get there. So we're looking at here. 1, 2, 3. Other guy's up here. He's running to cut off the bottom of it. So that guy's taken out. Right? Taken out. He's taken out. He's out. He really could be open because what? Let's count the defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's a guy on him. So he's on him, man. He's cover. What is it? Cover 2, or really? Let's see if it's cover 2. Where is it? They're in cover 2, right? Cover 2. The other guy, other safety, went with him. He's coming over from over here to cover for him. He's picking up man, right? So what are we doing? Throw the ball away. He sees this. He's like, oh, his head's turned. I could throw the ball over his ear, get the ball right here, and get tackled immediately. This right here doesn't make sense when you have the same throw to a wide open player for more yards a few seconds before that. Right? So why? I gotta block these people, man. There we go. They be coming in here with the spams, bro. So this is just a bad play. I still don't know who he's throwing it to. 30 is wide open. Yeah, we know 30 is wide open. But no, 82's been wide open for 5 seconds. 86 is not wide open. Deontay Johnson is not wide open. This is a bad pass. And people are going to say, 86 pulled his hand back. It's 86's fault. Dillon threw an incompletion and a pick 6. Get a quarterback, you threw the ball. You can't say that 86 beat his defender. You can't say that 86 beat his defender if 86 has been fucking getting swamped by his defender the entire time.
Gabriel has been very good.
That's it. He's trying to fit the ball here, but doesn't put it on his chest. So you know it's a bad throw if this guy who's beating him up here is able to cut through on the ball. So that means that 24 thought that the ball was going to 16. So he jumped the route. He jumped the route because he thinks that the ball is going to his man. He doesn't think that it's going to 86. He thinks it's going to his man. That's why it looks so weird. He sees the pass. He's like, oh shit. The defender is cooked and the defender is still there and he didn't make the pass. This is not cooked, right? We can't see the full play, but we just know that he was here, probably in the backfield. Hike, ball, go out here. Because we already say, they already did the handoff, the fake handoff, and he's rolling right here. This guy's been on him the whole time.
Gabriel has been very good so far.
That's 3 seconds. Slow down, and we're probably missing 2 other seconds of the play. So that means for 5 seconds, 86 has been covered and swamped by a defender. At the last second, he got a windowed opportunity to throw when he turned down, 82, with the same thing, shorties. The same thing that you're saying that he got separation from. Look at him. Worst position. Feet, shoulders, eyes pointing this way, wide open. Wide open. 16, wide open. You have two guys wide open. That is not wide open. So, if you look up, the average time to throw in the NFL is 2.4 to 3.2 seconds. Dillon Gabriel, on this point right here, from 58 seconds,
Gabriel has been very good so far.
To 55 seconds, has gotten the average time to throw the ball, plus the other 2 seconds that he had with the rollout fake. So he had 5 seconds to throw the ball here and throws a pick 6. Usually you see a pick 6 when there's a catch, an immediate throw from the other hash to the other side of the hash, and then the defender who's sitting there flat-footed able to just fucking drive on the ball. Because the guy's doing a 1-2 turn route, right? You rarely see somebody roll out to the sideline and throw a pick. Because if it's, I don't got 82, which 82 is open, and I don't have 16, who 16 was open. The last throw is this. This is the throw. He's man to man, cover 1. Or was cover 2, and that the safety came down, he came down, whatever. So it's cover 1 because there's only one safety, the other safety's here, right? So he's on him. You throw it to the outline. You throw it to the out of bounds line. Why? Why do you throw it like that? Why do you throw that pass? Why do you throw that pass? Because that's why. Because you put in a space where only your guy can get the ball. It's the same play, same concept. Damn near the same defense, besides the 80, who was 86 in the play, got fucking yoked up in the backfield. Shorty, I'm not saying that, you know, what you're saying is not right. Yes. At that point in time, after the 5 seconds, the defender finally had some separation from the offensive player, and he wasn't in the greatest position. But even if, shorty, let's say this, even if this pass is completed, he's getting tackled. If this play is completed, he's getting tackled. Lady, I can't let you say that. You can't say he's been overwhelmed. He was just fucking 11 for 14 right here. He was cooking. He was cooking. He was cooking. He was looking great. He ain't overwhelmed. He's not getting pressure to get sacked. He don't have people chasing him. He knows he's free.
So far.
This, even I still think that is going to Deontay Johnson. I don't think it's going to 86. I think he's trying to get to Johnson. Johnson trying to fight back for the ball. Right? I don't think he's going to 86. I just don't know. We just don't know. Maybe he'll come out and say it. Maybe said it in an interview or whatever. But this isn't a, oh man, my receivers ran the wrong route. You didn't throw an anticipation route. That's where you could say, okay, The play was to throw the ball before the guy got out of the break. 86 was supposed to be at the thing, so I automatically threw the ball. Deontay was supposed to come in at the last second, catch the ball. And since 86 didn't get to where he was supposed to go to, the defender was able to make a break off of him and, you know, jump back in the middle and make a play on the ball. That's an anticipation play. That is a timing play. That is a play where you can say, my guy ran the wrong route, ran the wrong depth, and it gave the other defender a chance to get to it. This is just a bad play. And that's just all it is. And then from here, it just went downhill from there. You can tell the confidence that everything was messed up, but you can just tell that these are the same plays. The same play.
Off the play fake, Shedeur Sanders into the traffic.
Same play. Off the play fake, Shedeur Sanders, pick six. Same play. And that's what it is. Shedeur, whatever they say with Dillon Gabriel's ability to process, remember plays, call out plays, and all that other stuff, that is great, right? We all know basketball players or, you know, football players or anything who are just raw talented, very skilled, can shoot well, dribble well, all the things well, and probably just don't know how to run plays because they only play AAU, never played high school basketball, right? And you as a coach, you're just like, well, damn, this guy has everything. He's 6'8", he's fast, he has a 44 vertical leap, plays great defense, can shoot the ball, can shoot the mid-range, can finish at the rack. Perfect player. Perfect player. Only thing is he's just never played in an organized situation. He's never played with plays. He played AAU, plays outside. So me as a coach, I know I got the gym. I got a gym. I just got to teach the guy how to play organized. And then you have a 5'8" point guard who can run all of the plays and get everybody in position. But the only thing is, he's just not special. He don't got the it. He's going to score 10 points. He's going to have about 10 assists. He's going to have a steal. And he's not going to make mistakes. But he's not going to win you a game. That's how I feel about Dillon Gabriel. He's a point guard that is not going to win you the game. Right? He's Eric Snow, Andre Miller. He's who else? Who else can we say? Mike Conley. Who else? Who else was a good point guard this year? Chris Paul. Right? He's that steady. I mean, we can't say that he's not going to lose you the game or cause you any turnover now because he's throwing pick sixes in the preseason game. But if this is your ceiling, that's his ceiling. Ceiling is average, maybe above average. I'm not going to win you the game. I'm not going to lose you the game. Where did we see that happen at before? Kenny Pickett. I wish I had the little soundboard. I need to get a soundboard. I could do the doo-doo. Trae Young, don't you dare. Trae Young will win you the game. Trae Young can drop 40. Trae Young averages a double-double. Only player in the league that averages over 20 and 10 for like fucking 5 seasons in a row. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Jared, I'll fight you. I'm not even a Trae Young fan or Atlanta Hawks fan. I'm just don't let me fight you, bro. What you know about Eric Snow? What you mean? Allen Iverson fan. I watch every Philadelphia Sixers game that I could when I was a kid. I thought that I was so young and so out of the loop. I thought the game that Allen Iverson stepped over what's the coach name? Tyronn Lue. I thought that they won the NBA championship after that game. I thought they won. I was like, Allen Iverson got a championship, the best. Then I come back and find out that they got fucking smoked. Whoops, my bad. Watching the Dikembe Mutombo get fucking dominated. I know I watch a lot of sports. Y'all want to know what my first football game I ever watched? Let's see if y'all can guess. Let's see who can guess it. Let's see who can guess it. My first football game I ever watched. Great value Steph Curry, not even. He's a great value Chris Paul, bro. And I'm talking about Chris Paul on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Like, you just there. You ain't really there. You just there. Y'all want to know what my first football game I ever watched was? The first football game I ever watched was Rams versus Patriots Super Bowl. Hello? Greatest show on turf. Patriots. That was my first football game I watched. Remember it like it was yesterday. Chris Paul is a Hall of Famer, but not any, like, I'm talking about current. I'm not talking about like Chris Paul at his peak. I'm talking about like current Chris Paul. Like, he's gonna go out there, give you 10, 14 points, give you 10 assists, but he's not gonna win you the game. And he's not gonna lose you the game. But he's not gonna win you the game. He's never gonna win you the game. Just solid. That ceiling right there. But that was my first game I watched. I remember it like it was yesterday. After church, go to one of the church members' house. They're Rams fans. Everybody's rooting for the Rams. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm just in the room. I'm watching the TV. I'm watching football for the first time. I've never seen football before in my life. All I know is basketball, soccer. That's it. I never known football. Never seen a football. Never seen football played before. They had a cake. I remember they had a cake. Like current Westbrook. Yeah, but Westbrook got an it factor. Like, you know, Westbrook gonna get a dunk, gonna get a couple steals, gonna be hype, gonna bring you energy. Like, Chris Paul don't bring you energy. Chris Paul is just baseline, man. Just baseline, one line, one level. You know, Westbrook can come down and airball 5 shots in a row, and then he can come down and get 3 steals, a block, and 5 dunks. Like, them 5 dunks would be like Dillon Gabriel throwing like fucking layered passes, like Shedeur Sanders throwing 50-yard bombs for touchdowns and stuff. Like, we just not gonna get that. We're just gonna get Chris Paul get into the elbow, 1-2 dribble pull up from the elbow, mid-range shot goes in. We're gonna see Chris Paul doing pick and roll with Wemby, 1-2-3 dribble, free throw line, pump fake, LA throwing the thing, fade away, mid-range shot, bounce pass to Wemby. Wemby gets a hook shot. You know, dribble, penetration, kick to the side. It's just textbook. It's just textbook. There's no flair. There's no unaccountability. There's nothing like that to lead you off of just like, oh, I thought they were gonna do this. And like, if this was Spice, he turns and throw this. That's Spice. Or he throws the throw here, and Caden Davis or whoever gets it. That's Spice. But he's throwing this pass. This is Chris Paul hitting the mid-range jumper right here. But the problem is that he's trying to shoot over fucking 3 7-footers. I'm sorry, Chris Paul. I know that's your shot, but it ain't a good shot. But back to the story. So I'm there watching the football game, watching the Patriots versus the Rams. Everybody's going for the Rams. I remember there's a Rams versus Patriots Super Bowl cake. I'm the only person that picked the Patriots because I don't know what I'm watching. Everybody's going for the Rams. I'm just that guy. I always go for the underdog. And I just go for the Rams. That's the first game I watched. And after that, I became a Patriots fan. Still a kid, so I don't know when fucking football is being played at night. So I'm just like passively like seeing football. And then I like get the ESPN football game with Terrell Owens on the, I think it was Terrell Owens on the cover where you can play inside of the mask on the Xbox. Started playing that. And then after that, that's when I started like watching football. And then I watched the Patriots versus the Eagles. Oh yeah. Then I watched the two-peat. And then I watched Brady lose a couple times. And then I watched Randy Moss. And then I'm in high school with my friends and they're Giants fans, losing to the Giants, god damn it. And I see Tom Brady's knee get blown out. That's where I watch football. That's why I like Shedeur, because I like Tom Brady. So it's similar. I like it. Shedeur isn't hurt. They shut him down. So they get a better look at Dillon. It was always gonna be like that. I called it before like anything happened. I was like, they're gonna sit Shedeur down. They're not gonna let him play with Dillon Gabriel. It's gonna be too much pressure. It's gonna be too much pressure. They have to let it go. Let's see what else they got up here. Do they got anything new up here? The Dillon Gabriel hate fest, it's ridiculous. They keep saying how he threw a pick six. Watch the video. His receiver pulls his hand back. Stop the Shedeur slurping. And this is why you just don't fall for somebody with 76 followers that is just trying to do rage bait. Because this is just rage bait right here. Oh my lord. What's the problem? I ain't getting into that right now. Pick six and a fumble. Other than that, a solid day for Dillon Gabriel. Yeah, when they said that, I was like, huh? Huh? I mean, y'all see the. I mean, I know my social media is biased because I'm a Shedeur fan, so you know it's gonna be tailored a certain way, but it is what it is. Oh my God, Pokemon!
No comment? Okay, then.
How you doing?
So yeah, so that's just what it is. Notice Avanci said he had to put him down. Shedeur is not a puppy. I mean, lady, when I saw that. Where's Shorty at? Shorties, where you at? This is a perfect analogy, right? Kevin Stefanski said, "We're gonna put him down for a little bit, like he was a dog." I didn't say that. That's what he said. But that's the words that he said. That's the phrase. That's the tone. That's the words that he used to come out of his mouth. If somebody would have said, "Yo, Kevin, what you said right there, that was wild. That has a racial undertone. Even if you meant it that, even if you didn't mean it that way, like when you talk about black people and dogs, we know where that comes from. Like civil rights, they were releasing dogs on us, all this other stuff." You say you gotta put somebody down like a dog, that means you're killing the dog. You gotta put the dog down, put an animal down. So when you say that about Shedeur Sanders, it can have multi-layer of things that can trigger different people. You shouldn't say that. Apologize. Oh man, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. It's just a bad, phrase. I would never say anything about that, about any of our players or anybody in that way. I'm not like that. All this other stuff. Blah 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 blah. That's pretty similar, even though it's not a racial undertone or whatever, but it's just like you said something out of your words. Oh, Terrell Owens' son getting a catch in the league. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Try to be your daddy. We don't hear nothing about Terrell Owens' son in the league like they talk about Deion's sons or Jerry Rice's sons or I think Ed Reed. Do Ed Reed got a kid in here? Or there's other kids. Other generations are starting to get into the league now. Christian McCaffrey. They ain't talk bad about him. But anyway. I gotta see something from this dude. Cause y'all can't take him over Shedeur. They hate Hatio? Yeah, we know that. We know that. Y'all gonna be watching Colorado games this season? I think I am, man. I like Omarion Miller. I think he's gonna be crazy. I think he's like Marvin Harrison Jr. He just don't get talked about a lot because he got hurt last year. But he was about to turn up in that game that he got hurt. He's about to go crazy. Their sons don't play QB, but they're still sons of great players. They're still sons of great players. That's all I'm saying. They still sons of great players. I think Kurt Warner got a son. I think he just transferred to like some school, and he playing his last season there. And he playing quarterback. They don't talk bad about him. They don't talk about him at all. And he be out here putting up numbers. 24 likes to 0. So I don't know what that means. This is why you can't talk football with people, because they say that this is not the same play. We just sat down here and broke this down and just showed how this is the same play. That's why you just don't talk football with people. Unfortunately. They want you to play. They don't want black quarterbacks. That's why they hating on them. I mean, we all know that, but we can't say that out loud, because then we always get the, why would they want him to fail? And why would they draft him? And why would they, why? Why do you get hired at jobs? Because they got to meet their quota. Right? Aren't there? You have to have this many black people, this many Spanish people, or you at least have to interview and try to hire this many of these minorities. Right? Isn't there a quota in there? Isn't that like a civil rights thing? Wasn't that, you know, like a law that became a thing because jobs were discriminating against minorities and people of color and not giving them proper opportunities to get employment? But we can't talk about stuff like that. We can't talk about the Rooney Rule in the NFL because they weren't giving black people opportunities to be coaches. So now they have to try to interview black people and minorities to give them opportunities to try to become coaches. Same league though. Oh, the same league that's about to be sued by Brian Flores for him being fired as a coach while he was outperforming with the Miami Heat. I mean, not the Miami Heat, the Miami Dolphins. And they fired him to sign Mike McDaniels, who hasn't done anything with that job since he's gotten it. Same league. Same people, same owners. The same people. But they will sit here and tell us, yo, man, that's not true. That's not real. Y'all making everything up. Y'all think everything's about race. You sure you said it before? It just slipped. A lot of people say a lot of things when they're behind closed doors. A lot of people say a lot of things when they're surrounded by the people that they feel comfortable with. And a lot of people say a lot of things when they're emotionally riled up, right? And that was just one of the things. Wait, that's Brock Purdy in the game?
He's got a Raiders takeaway in Niners territory.
That ain't Brock Purdy.
Second and 6. Jones.
I like Mac Jones. Yeah. That's why he don't start no more. So now, after Dillon Gabriel played this first game, this is all you're seeing, right? It's either people trying to protect the pick six or people talking about this. Right? Last week, all we was throwing up was all we was seeing the Nike ads, wrist in the ears, fucking celebrations, touchdowns, scrambles, wiggling. All we seen about Dillon Gabriel is what? We're talking about the Brown defense. 2 Dillon Gabriel turnovers. What else we seeing? Dillon Gabriel. We're talking about a quote. This did sound familiar, but Gabriel was not at Oregon for this game. He was at Oklahoma. He played for Lanning at Oregon last year. The question to Gabriel today was, how you tune out the noise? And now you see what's happening, right? We're not talking about his play. They're not talking about his play. They're talking about a statement. They're moving the goalposts. They're taking everything off of it. They don't want to talk about him playing the game. They don't want to talk about that interception. They don't want to talk about the fumble. They don't want to talk about how he didn't score a touchdown and only led to one touchdown drive and that was a run-in. They don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about everything else but the game. Lance Rislin, the fumble on the Gabriel to Strong handoff looked more on Gabriel with the ball never hitting the pocket. Timing was off. Both were out of sync, however. So you see how things change when this boy can never stay healthy. That's sad. Ooh. All right, let's see if we can get anything else. Kind of unfortunate that the NFL's official account is tweeting this out without the actual question, which is how Gabriel and the quarterbacks are trying to make sure the outside noise doesn't infiltrate. Yo, you can't do it. Yo, stop. Yeah. I'm on people next like Albert Breer because he sat up here. He sat up here. Let me go get this shit, bro. Let me get this shit. Let me go to my reels.
First of all, that was your speaker that you were okay. How big is that speaker?
Was my bag. And that was my bag. So said I was carrying his bag. That was my bag.
And that was Shedeur's unreleased song.
This guy.
Correct.
Okay.
And this guy. You see his face.
Yes.
Look at his face.
Shedeur is a great, awesome young player. I have a lot of respect for what he represents as a son, as a football player, and as someone who persevered.
Wait, you
a situation
him?
that everyone in the world saw, that everyone in the world that was
watching.
You're
not entourage? Wait.
I want to empower people. So as I was talking to Shedeur and we found out he's starting.
This shit out of here, man. Get out of here. That guy. That's the type of guy that I'm going against because he sat up here before he had an interview with him. He was calling Torrey Brown, his teammate, and a starting player in the National Football League, Shedeur's entourage. He said that Shedeur attacked Tony Grossi after his podium speech because Tony Grossi wanted to ask Shedeur more questions off of the podium and approached Shedeur, and then Shedeur said, "Hey man, Tony, why are you always talking bad about me? Why you don't got nothing good to say about me?" Shedeur was attacking the media. Not a good look after you had a good game. But that's all they do with people that look like us. We're always aggressors. We're always attacking. We're always violent. We're always. And it's never, why can't we just say what's on our mind? There's nothing wrong with him saying, "Yo, Tony, you say bad things about me in the media." So now, if we know that Shedeur can see stuff that's happening in the media and people talking about him, you can't tell me that Dillon Gabriel's not on social media seeing people talk bad about him, saying how he's so short, how all his passes are getting bad down in practice, how he doesn't look accurate in practice, how he doesn't look like a starting quarterback. These are by people that are in the media, that are in the team, that he sees every day. And then he logs on to social media, or his wife is on social media, or his friends and family are on social media, and they're like, "Man, why you guys talking so bad about Dillon, man? He did good at Oregon, man. He did good at Oklahoma. He did good at UCF. He has the most touchdowns thrown in the history of college football. He's a good player. He got drafted in the third round. He got drafted ahead of Shedeur Sanders. He has to be a better player than him." But then we see that he's online, falling to the pressure, reacting to things, and then when we get on camera and it's his first time to talk, and be interviewed on the sideline and ask questions, That's all people are talking about is what he said. Last week, everybody was raving. Man, Shedeur Sanders answering these questions so good. How can you not like the kid? He answered every question so good. He said everything right since he's got drafted. No problems besides speeding tickets. And then the first thing that Dillon Gabriel gets up there and says, now everybody's up here talking about it, and everybody's just like, man, you're spinning it. You're spinning it. That's not what he said. I'm not talking about Shedeur. Like, are you serious? 5 seconds following the game, you have a couple in the Cleveland media wanting the head coach to compare two rookies. Good lord. Yeah, that's what they're always gonna do. My boy Gage. Oh damn, ran over. I can't. Stefanski's on if all 4 quarterbacks will be available for dress rehearsal game Saturday from a health standpoint. I hope so. We know exactly what you mean by you hope so. Would have really liked to see Dillon Gabriel get a few more drives to start the second half. How does he come out at halftime after a down second quarter? Because they didn't want it to keep going down. Your coach saw that he was over his head and he was doubting himself and he was not playing good, so they pulled him. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's just what happened. That's what it is. Well, anyway, that's it for me. How long we been here? We've been here for a while. Oh my God, almost 3 hours. Jesus Christ. Just talking about Dillon Gabriel. Imagine this was the last we talking about Shedeur. I would have been going crazy. But anyway, that's it for today. I think we done talked enough. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'm gonna be doing this live every game. We're gonna be doing it next week, of course. I'm gonna be posting stuff about practice, my pins, and all this other stuff. They still practicing. They don't got practice Monday, but they got practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday's walkthrough. Saturday's a game. So make sure y'all subscribe, lock in. I'll be back. We'll be back. I'll see y'all on the internet, the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. I'll be there. I'll be posting. You know, we gonna be here. We're gonna get our stuff in, cause you know they're changing the narrative. They're changing the narrative already. The narrative isn't about how the players played. It's about social media. It's about talking. It's about statements, and it's not about they took all the pressure off of them picks in that fumble, off the pick and the fumble. They ain't talking about that no more. They're just talking about a quote. Why they doing that? Why they doing that? I think we know why. Because they don't want Shedeur to succeed. They don't want what we see, what we all seen, to be noticed and be recognized by everybody else. But at the end of the day, we know what time it is. It's only a matter of time for that boy gets his chance. Joe Flacco, you on the clock next. Dillon Gabriel's out of here. Kenny's out of here. Joe, you better hold on to that starting spot because you know what time it is.
They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, stay shining.
12 was coming for the starting lineup. QB1, we all see it. They can't hide it no more. They can't put the genie back in the bottle. Dillon Gabriel went out there, didn't perform. Joe Flacco ain't hit the field. Kenny Pickett ain't hit the field. Next week, everybody's gonna be playing, and we're gonna see if Joe Flacco go out there and throw a pick, Dillon go out there and throw a pick, Shedeur go out there and ball. That depth chart better move. Week 10. Browns at Patriots. He better be starting because I'm going to that game. He better be starting because I'm definitely going to get the tickets. I'm going to be up there. Going crazy, losing my damn mind. Probably going to try to live. Probably going to give me a little live pack and live stream it from the thing. Go crazy. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming through. Hanging out with me, talking about football and stuff. It was really fun. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, make sure you guys subscribe so you guys can see the next time I go live. We'll be here before and after. Next week, we definitely going to be here. I'm probably going to do a live reaction during the game, but we're definitely going to be here after the game, do post-game analysis and see how everybody's, you know, playing, stuff like that. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. Came with me, yeah they lying. I ain't even hit my peak, I ain't trying. 100K for a signing. What they pay? I got reminded. In your city, no we lit, we handy, play every time. Face got pretty, yeah. Take her out to dinner one. She ain't never had a with all this motion falling line. She said she need me, she know I handle business every time. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. Perfect timing. I stay shining. Ice. Perfect timing. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. Came with me, yeah they lying. I ain't even hit my peak, I ain't trying. 100K for a signing. What they pay? I got reminded. In your city, no we lit, we handy, play every time. Face got pretty, yeah. Take her out to dinner one. She ain't never had a with all this motion falling line. She said she need me, she know I handle business every time. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. Perfect timing. I stay shining. Ice. Perfect timing. told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. These came with me, yeah they lying. I ain't even hit my peak, I ain't trying. 100K for a signing. What they pay? I got reminders. In your city, no we lit, we had need play every time. Face got pretty, yeah. Take her out to dinner one. She ain't never had a with all this motion falling line. She said she need me, she know I handle business every time. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. Perfect timing. I stay shining. Ice. Perfect timing. They told me bust out my AP, perfect timing. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, chase a climbing. I went and got that new Maybach, I stay grinding. They told me